Good morning. Welcome to session 6 of chapter 2 of company law. Now we are going to discuss about the doctrine of ultrawires. In the previous sessions we have studied a bit of it and now we are studying in detail. First let's see what's the meaning of ultrawires. See, while coming across the word ultrawires in the last session, I have said that in foregoing sessions we are going to study about ultrawires. So now let's see what is ultrawires in exact. Ultra means beyond and wires means powers. So ultrawires means going beyond the powers. Powers are mentioned, powers are stated, and if you go beyond the powers given, then it becomes ultrawires acts. So ultrawires literally means doing an act which is beyond the legal powers of authority of a company as laid down in memorandum of association. So in memorandum of association, some permitted activities a company can do are stated. If the company does any activity beyond its limitations, beyond its purview of activities can be done stated in memorandum of association, it becomes ultrawires acts. This doctrine is invoked in connection with the objects clause of memorandum of association. Here a company has the power to do the following things in relation to doctrine of ultrawires. First one, which are essential for the attainment of its main object specified in memorandum of association. Means a company has the power to do the attainment of main object specified in memorandum of association. Company is also has the power to do which are reasonably and fairly incidental to the attainment of the main objective. Means the supplementary activities or the acts which are in connection with the attainment of main objective can be performed by the companies, and a company has the power to do the acts which are otherwise authorized by the Companies Act. Here these three are the special powers given to a company to do as per to do in the doctrines of ultrawires. Any act other than the above said acts is ultrawires the company. Means fulfilling the objects stated in memorandum of association and performing activities which are allied to, which are in connection with the main objects can be performed by the company, as well as the acts which are permitted by Companies Act can be done by the company. So except these three, if a company does any of the other acts, it will be called ultrawires. It will be ultrawires the company. The ultrawires acts can be classified into three main categories. Okay, so the three categories are as stated here. First one, ultrawires the directors. If an act of the company is ultrawires the directors, means beyond the powers of the directors, but it is intrawires the company, means within the legal jurisdiction of the legal power of the company, the act is not at all together void. Okay, so the act is not altogether it is not void. The general body of the shareholders can ratify it. Means if the act of if a particular act is ultrawires to the director and not ultrawires to the company, means within the legal limits of the legal purview of the company, then the then it is left to the discretion of general body of shareholders to ratify it. The act altogether will not be void. Second one, ultrawires the articles of association. See, if an act is ultra vires the articles of association, means beyond the powers given by articles of association, but intra vires the company, means within the judicial jurisdiction of the company, legal jurisdiction of the company, a company can ratify it by making necessary alteration in articles of association by passing a special resolution. Means ultra vires the articles of association. See, a particular act, it is against to the provisions stated in articles of association beyond the powers given in articles of association, but within the purview of powers given for the company as a whole, where the company can ratify it, company can cancel it and form a separate contract by altering the clauses of articles of association. Next one, act ultra vires the memorandum of association of the company. If an act is ultra vires the memorandum of association of company, means beyond the powers given by memorandum of association or beyond the legal powers of the company, it's fully void and inoperative. Memorandum of association is the final document. So if a particular act which is against the provisions of provisions stated in memorandum of association or memorandum of association, then it becomes the act which is fully void and which is ultra vires to the company also, so it is totally inoperative. It may be noted that even the entire body of shareholders cannot ratify such act by resolution in a general body meeting. So ultra vires acts of directors can be resolved by ratification. Ultra vires acts of articles of association can also be ratified by a special resolution, whereas ultra vires act in the memorandum of association cannot be ratified in general body meeting through a special resolution. This point was made clear in Ashbury Rail Carriage and Iron and Company versus Rich case. So a special case law we need to discuss here, that is Ashbury Rail Carriage and Iron Company Limited versus Rich. What happened in this case? Let's see. As laid down in Memorandum of Association, the main object of the Ashbury Rail Carriage and Iron Company was to manufacture, sell or hire all kinds of wagons, business of mechanical engineers and general contractors. The company entered into a contract with a firm of contractors, that is Rich. Okay. So company entered into a contract with a firm of contractors, that is Rich, to provide finance to it for the construction of railway lines in Belgium. Subsequently, the company contended that it was not bound by the contract as it was ultra vires. On the other hand, Rich contended that the above said contract fell within the ambit of the words of general contractors. Okay, and Rich contended that it is within the purview of a contract, it is within the purview of ambit of the words of general contractors, whereas the company contended that it was not bound by the contracts as it is ultra vires. Let's see what is the judgment. Upholding the contention of the company, court held that the above said contracts did not fall within the ambit of the words of general contractors, and the contract being ultra vires, company was not bound by it. Okay, so it was the judgment that the company, the firm of contractors is not within the ambit of the word of general contractors, words within the ambit of the words general contractors, and contract itself is ultra vires and company is not bound by it. Here In this case, the object of the doctrine was explained by Lord Justice Cairns as follows. The object of doctrine was explained as under: first one, to protect investors of the company so that they may know the objects in which their money is to be employed. Here, judgment is in favor of investors. Investors must know the way in which their money is being employed in the company. So, investors' protection is of utmost important. Therefore, judgment is given in favor of investors. Second one, to protect the creditors by ensuring that the company's fund to which they must look for payment are not dissipated in authorized activities. Means here the creditors must ensure that their funds are safe and they can get a repayment at right time in future. So what is the observation in this case? The term general contractors must be interpreted in the light of the preceding term business of mechanical engineers. Okay, so general contractors means what? It can be interpreted in the light of the preceding term business of mechanical engineers. A contract made by a company must be one which must strictly fall within anything connected with the business of mechanical engineers. Means the contract must be made within the ambit of activities to be done by the mechanical engineers. Then only it is valid. Next one, legality of Ultra Vires Acts. When the Ultra Vires Acts are legal, let's see. First one, Act Ultra Vires the Directors. The legality or validity of Ultra Vires Acts are as under: Ultra Vires the Directors. An act of the company which is Ultra Vires the Directors is not altogether void and inoperative. It can be ratified by general body of shareholders. When the act is so ratified, the company becomes bound by the same. Means by passing a special resolution, it can form another contract. It can make the contract valid. Or if the contract with the directors is ultra vires, means beyond the powers, and by framing in the annual general body meeting of shareholders, by framing by way of ratification, means by cancelling the existing contract and forming a new contract in place of old contract, keeping the subject matters within the purview of power of directors, the contract can be made valid. When the act is so ratified, the company becomes bound by the same. And second one, Act Ultra Vires the Articles of Association. See, one of the important documents which explains about the activities of the company, internal activities of the company, is called Articles of Association. An act which is ultra vires the Articles of Association, if any of the clauses oversteps the limits, the bounds of Articles of Association, is also not altogether void and inoperative. It also can be ratified by the company by making necessary alterations in Articles of Association by passing a special resolution in general body meeting. Shareholders general body meeting means if a particular act is ultra vires to Articles of Association, beyond the powers of Articles of Association, and within the ambit of powers of company, then it can be ratified in the shareholders annual general body meeting, and the contract becomes valid thereafter. Thereafter, the company becomes bound by such act. Company can go ahead to do that act. It may, however, be noted that such an act can only be ratified if it is intra vires the company within the powers of the company. Means if that particular act, if beyond the limit of articles of association and intravires to the activities of the company, then only it can be ratified. Ultravires the company. See, some of the acts which are beyond the purview of activities of the company, if you do so, if the company does it, the contract becomes void. The acts which are ultravires the company are wholly void and inoperative, as they are beyond the legal powers of the company. The company is not at all bound by such acts. Company should not bound by such acts. The company is not bound by such acts. It may be noted that such acts cannot be ratified even by the whole body of shareholders, as these contracts, these acts are ultravires to the company itself. So some of the acts which are beyond the powers of company itself, so if a company does those acts, it will be ultravires, and even in general body meeting of shareholders, it cannot be ratified. The doctrine of ultravires. Here, the doctrine of ultravires is generally meant for this category of ultravires acts. Okay, and we know that the company is formed only for the object stated in Memorandum of Association. See here, the company is formed only for the objects stated in Memorandum of Association, and it is bound by the objects stated in Memorandum of Association. It is bound by the powers stated in Memorandum of Association, and legally it should not overstep the limits stated in Memorandum of Association. Therefore, if a company does any acts which are beyond the powers laid down in Memorandum of Association, it becomes ultravires the company. Okay, those acts should not be done by the company itself. The company therefore has the power to do the following acts. Okay, one question obviously comes to our mind while talking about this is the legality of ultravires acts is, then what may be the activities a company can do? What may be the activities the company can go ahead to do? First one, which are essential for the attainment of the objectives stated in Memorandum of Association. Nevertheless, the company can go ahead to perform those objects which are stated in Memorandum of Association of the company. Second one, which are reasonably and fairly incidental to the attainment of objects. See, the main objects stated in Memorandum of Association of the company can be performed through some allied objects. All these allied objects also fall into the ambit of main objects of Memorandum of Association. Therefore, here any subordinate objects which are in line with the main object stated in Memorandum of Association, or any of the subordinate objects for the attainment of main objects of the company which are stated in Memorandum of Association are lawful and are not ultravires. Third one, which are otherwise authorized by the Companies Act. Here, Companies Act specifies some of the objects for the company, and if the object is authorized by the Companies Act, it can go ahead to perform it. If the company does any other act which is not covered by the above powers, means what are the powers? First one, it must be included in object must be included in Memorandum of Association. Any subordinate objects to attain main object of the company, or which is otherwise authorized by the Companies Act. So if a company does any other acts other than these three, that will be considered as ultra vires the memorandum, ultra vires to the memorandum of the company, or ultra vires to the memorandum, or ultra vires to the company, or shall be wholly void and inoperative. The company is not bound by such acts which are ultra vires the memorandum of association. Company is not at all bound by such acts. Company is not bound by such acts which are ultra vires, means beyond the legal powers of the company. Any irregularity in doing the acts may be cured with the consent of all shareholders. See, if anybody identifies that the company is doing ultra vires acts, it can be cured with the consent of all shareholders. The purpose of this doctrine is to protect the interest of investors and creditors. Of course, the stakeholders, whatever the activities a company does, it is all for the betterment of shareholders and stakeholders. So, to win the confidence of stakeholders, always a company legally proves that it is performing legal activities. Hope you understood. Thank you.